It is a beautiful Sunday down here on the bayou. And today I'm conducting an experiment going back to my dyeing that I used to do so much of, DYE type dye. Um, if you're one of my five faithful, you know that I take camouflage and I'll sometimes dye it to get a different effect. Case in point, this is that nasty Air Force sage that I've dyed green, which makes it halfway presentable. But what I'm doing today is I'm trying to get a good nighttime camouflage. And there's probably no bigger debate in the camouflage world than there is about night camouflage. Is night camouflage even such a thing? And when you talk about night camouflage, are you just talking about camouflage to the eye, or are we going to include night vision and IR capabilities into the camouflage consideration? So, I mean, it's just a big can of worms. But what I'm doing is I'm getting ready to do a series of videos on loadouts for different mission sets, if you will. A nighttime urban kind of loadout, kind of a recce or recon loadout, a designated marksman loadout, you know, a patrol loadout, just several different things, and I'm still forming it all up in my mind. But in prep for the night camouflage versions, I thought I'd play around with some camouflage that I had here. What you see here is, like I said, this is that Air Force, nasty Air Force sage from a few years back that I have already dyed green. And like I said, it made it fairly presentable, although you lose a lot of, well, of course, there never was much degree of change between the different colors, but you don't have a lot there. And then I have the current issue Marine Corps desert pattern, digital, of Marpat. And then this is the old desert camouflage that was common to all the services. And this is actually a neat piece of kit that's been made over to be more usable by somebody with different kinds of pockets and such like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all three of these and I'm going to put them in black RIT dye, black. And I'm going to see if the characteristics of each camouflage pattern perhaps will come through with that black. It'll probably end up being more of a gray influence from the dye, and see if we can get something that we think might be interesting for a nighttime camouflage. So let's give it a try. All right, so we got all three pieces out of the black RIT dye after a couple of hours. And of course, you can't really judge it when it's wet. We'll give it a couple of, well, a day at least to dry. So far, I am most impressed with the sage, the Air Force tiger stripe that was already dyed green and is now black. But we'll have to see. I mean, when it's wet, you just don't have a clue. These two guys are very, very brown looking, which isn't bad. But this one's almost purplish looking. We'll have to just see what happens. So we'll let them dry at least for a day, and then we'll look them over and see what the outcome was. All right, so here we are after several days of drying, and you can see the Marpat and the old desert, and then the Air Force digital tiger stripe, whatever we're calling it. I'm calling it something different every time I speak about it, I know. But I'm not unhappy with what we got out of it. Not to say that I'm happy, it didn't darken them as much as I thought it would. But here, let me let you decide. Let me show you a comparison. So here is the Marpat undyed, and here's the Marpat after dyeing in black. And as you can see, it didn't make it black, it just darkened it. A little bit of a purplish kind of thing coming in, but it's not terrible. but it browned it up quite a bit. And like I said, I'm not unhappy with it. The problem with Marpat, I like the look of Marpat as far as being a sharp looking uniform, but I feel like the blotches, it doesn't bother me that they're digital, but they're too small in my opinion. And when you get far away, it all blends in to one. The eye just kind of turns it into one color. So that's just my opinion. So, you know, yeah, we've darkened this Marpat, but I don't know that we've really improved anything. If anything, I think all the blotches are even more one color as you get farther away. Here's the desert camouflage. I think they call it the tricolor desert cami. Um, and here it is dyed in the black, and here it is just regular old desert camouflage. And once again, it just darkened everything. But what I like about it is it has these large blotches. Not unhappy with this. Not unhappy with this at all. And if nothing else, it makes it more usable for me because I'm not in the desert. But I'm not unhappy with that at all. I may end up dyeing its mate. This is the jacket. These are the pants. I may end up dyeing its mate just to make it more usable to me. Now here's the comparison between the Air Force digital tiger stripe after dyeing in black, and then here's before. Now you got to use your imagination because this is not the original. This had already been dyed, I want to say an apple green RIT dye, and I just don't have any original is it ABU? I can't remember what they called it, but I call it the Air Force Digital Tiger Stripe in the sage colors. I don't have any in the original because the second I got some of this stuff, I would dye it because I just hated it that bad. So this is a kind of an apple green dyeing of it. And if you remember, this was already dyed. I don't know if it was apple green. It might have just been emerald green, but this had already been dyed. So the black really, of all the three that I dyed, this one seems to retain its original camouflage pattern better, and I'm really kind of liking it. I think we may be onto something here as far as a nighttime camouflage. Now let's back up a minute and talk about night camouflage. In my exhaustive research for this video, and that is a joke, I went on YouTube and looked up night camouflage, and the only thing I can really find is discussions about nighttime camouflage as it applies to night vision and infrared, and those are very, very important. But if you're trying to build just a night camouflage where you're not worried about someone like, you know, the police or another military force that has the ability to scan through night vision or IR, if you're just looking for a good camouflage that works at night, and that's what I'm doing, then those things don't come into play. So let's look at what we've got. Now this is that desert night camo that came out during the Gulf War, and at the time was very unpopular, but now is very popular. And if you can get it, people are buying it, and they're making a fashion statement with it. And this is the only piece that I still have left over from those days, and it's a night outer garment. And understand, these were outer garments. These were not cami utilities in the sense that you could wear them by themselves, because all the pockets are nothing but holes that went in so that you could reach the actual pocket. They were all outer garments. And you would have to do quite a bit of sewing to make these things usable as a garment themselves. And they're kind of interesting, and I always did like them. Now, were they useful? At the time, yeah. They were useful because they were built to defeat Soviet night vision of the time. They were built for that. Man, these things are 20-something years old, maybe more. And well, maybe 30 years old, and they can't defeat night vision anymore. Now, does that mean they're not good for night vision? or I'm sorry, does that mean they're not good for night camouflage? No, I'm not saying that. Although their pattern really doesn't have big blobs that jump out. What about just wearing black? I mean, these are some SOG pants that I got on clearance once at Walmart, and I've never worn them. They're just what they call night utilities, nighttime black utilities. Um, you know, I don't jump on that bandwagon that says black cannot be a camouflage color. I'm sorry, but the most effective and probably the most popular camouflage today is the woodland camouflage, which has large swaths of black in it. And I think that they prove the fallacy to the theory that black is not uh, a reputable black is not a reputable camouflage color. So so you've got these options too, but I just don't know that this is the way I want to go. Now, black for a bottom? Yeah, maybe so. Um, the Germans in World War II played a lot with uh, one camouflage trouser and a different camouflage for the smock or for the top, and other services have too. And there's something to be said for that. Um, but I just don't know that this is the way I want to go either, even if I could afford or find the pieces for this now because they are so popular. So we're back to our three pieces of gear that we've dyed black. I really don't feel like the Marpat desert camo really did anything. I mean, it's a little better for around here, but as far as being a night camouflage, I, I just don't feel like it really did anything. I kind of feel like we're onto something here. If anything, I'd like to dye this a little more, but I am concerned that at a certain point it's just not gonna accept any more dye. I think the most promising piece has been this one here. And what's funny about this is probably the cheapest stuff to procure right now because the whole sage camouflage stuff. I mean, it's just there's tons of it on the market and it's just crap. So even though surplus is drying up, and it is, um, there's a lot of it out there. So I think what I might do is go ahead and dye the bottoms to this piece and possibly even dye this one more time and see what we come out with. And I'm also going to do this. This is a pair of surplus sage boots. This is the boots that went with this uniform. And they're good boots, great boots, but they're very, very sage. And I think what I'm going to do is see what happens when you put them in black. I don't know what suede will do in a RIT dye, but I'm gonna give them a try and see what we can do, and possibly move forward toward a night camouflage uniform made from this Air Force digital tiger stripe. Hey, thanks for watching. I really value any of your comments on this.